Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would give you guys a client update. And one of the things that is both a learning lesson and that I also find amusing when coaching clients, because people have said, Jason, since you've started this full-time coaching business, can you tell us things that you learned? Can you share these experiences with us? And yeah, I can do a lot of that. But just a quick reminder for those of you who like these type of videos, please remember to click like down below. If you guys would help me keep the likes higher than the dislikes on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much if you do that. But over to the point. One of the things that I've noticed is that I carefully construct all the training for my clients. Particularly early clients, the first month or two I have a client, I literally assign everything that they do in the gym. And I mean down to the pound, down to how many minutes of rest time between sets. I even tell them how much weight to do on a dumbbell curl. You're going to do a 25-pound dumbbell for 3 sets of 10 with a minute between them, right? I prescribe all of that. And it's all carefully done, and obviously I give them more leeway as we get further into it. But one of the things that I've noticed with my non-conjugate guys, now my conjugate guys, they don't do this. Guys who are doing conjugate, they don't want to max out more than I give them. Because they know they're going to test 2 maxes every single week. We're going to max out on 2 exercises every week. And they're expected to record it, and they're expected to upload the footage to me. I want to see all their attempts. I want to see if they miss it. I want to see what it looks like. All right? We max out twice a week. Now, all my clients who are on concurrent type training that doesn't have maxes, here's what I get all the time. I get it all the time. Hey coach, don't be mad, but I maxed out on my back squat. I just wanted to see where my back squat was. Here I filmed it, look, it's a PR, right? I get those. Or guys going on their off day. And I've had cases of guys, because a lot of my guys, we don't do the conventional deadlift for some lifters. Some of my lifters are only on box squats with no back squat. And I get ones who are like, it's exactly what I had happen this week actually, and it's kind of funny. Because he's been making really good progress on his box squats. He is probably easily the strongest he's ever been. Easily the strongest he's ever been. Everything's going along great, but I have him box squat twice a week. I have him sumo deadlift twice a week. He doesn't do the others. And he's just like, hey coach, at the start of my workout, I know I'm supposed to be doing, 5 sets of 3 on the box squat. I just wanted to see where my back squat was. So I tested up to a heavy single. But look, it wasn't grindy. Look, here's what I hit. And he gets a squat PR, right? I don't have him back squat. He hasn't back squatted in months, a couple months at least. Hasn't done any. Walks in, hits a squat PR. Films it, and I look at it and go, actually, you could have got another 15, 20 pounds. Had you been willing to take it all the way to the limit, you could have gone 15, 20 pounds heavier. But he just did a nice heavy single, a good training max. It looked pretty, it looked good, it looked clean. And then he's like, but I did the rest of the workout as you scheduled, and everything went good. So he did box squats and sumo deadlifts after this squat max. And his workout went as scheduled. He hit all his target numbers. Everything was fine. He's like, I ate a little extra food, just to make up for it. It's perfectly fine. No issues. I've had guys do stuff like, hey, I came in on my off day. And I know I've been doing these box squats. I just want to see what my box squat max was. So I just tested it just to see. Well, this is someone who's not doing any maxes in their program. Comes in on an off day. Supposed to be like his cardio day where he goes cycling on the weekends. Because this is someone who does like a lot of bike riding every Saturday morning. And so I have him on like a Monday through Friday training program. Comes in and just hits a box squat max just to test it and see where it was. Or I have lifters who are in a certain form of periodization and they're just like, coach, I just wanted to see what I could deadlift. So I pulled a deadlift. Hey, look, I got 405. Right, I pulled 405 for conventional deadlift. Also a client who's only box squatting and sumo deadlift. Just came in and just does it randomly. Films it. Hey, look, check it out, coach. Hey, I just want to see where my bench max was. So I get this all the time. Like I have like 4 or 5 clients who do this. And they just randomly out of the blue, they just want to see where their max is. Here's the interesting thing. The ones who do this, it hasn't affected their training. It hasn't affected their training negatively at all. These are people who I have on very careful programs. I have their volume plan, their progression plan, got everything periodized, and they just randomly come in and max out. Sometimes they're maxing out on lifts that I don't even have in their program. Could be a conventional deadlift, a back squat. They'll test their box squat. I have the guys just do this randomly. I've had them do it on off days. I've had guys who do it at the start of a workout. I've had guys who do it at the end of a workout. I've had guys who are like, I got to the end of my workout today and I felt like I had some strength up. I just wanted to see what my deadlift was, so I pulled one. None of them had any progression problems the next week when they've done this. Every one of them have been fine. Because usually they're like, well, I ate some extra food to make up for it, just in case, some extra carbs and protein. Guess what? No problems. We see this in high school football rooms all the time. This is where kind of the online fitness community, because of the bodybuilding base, has been detached from the sports world. You walk into any high school football room, weight room, they're all maxing out all the time. How often do you go in there and they're testing, having a bench press contest in the middle of their workout? How many of them are testing their squat max? Just testing a power clean max just to show off with each other. That's normal in sports training. That's normal with athletes. Even high school athletes. Just come in and just max out, bro. See where you're at. Some of these guys just max out on their bench every single week. And they're still winning at their sport. Normal guys randomly max out. The lesson here, if your training is on point, your recovery is on point. Because again, if I'm coaching someone, their training is going to be fairly dialed in. They're going to be pretty dialed in. They're paying me for this. We're going to discuss their nutrition, their sleep, their lifestyle. These things are usually going to be on point. If they come in every now and then, every couple of weeks, and some of these guys just randomly hit a max on an off day or at the start of a workout, it doesn't cause a problem. They're not hurt. Doesn't interfere with recovery. We see kids all the time who go on to win scholarships and $1 million contracts who max out competing everybody in the middle of their normal workouts every week all through high school. It's normal. Just tell everybody something about maxing out. It really isn't that big of a deal. Look at what I'm doing these days. I max out every single day right now. I'm like 10 days in a row, and then I do a high volume session after it. I just did a video discussing what I'm doing. You guys see them because I film them every week. You guys see the workouts. You see the maxes. Just max out. It actually isn't that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm seeing this with my clients the same way you see it with a bunch of high school football players and stuff. It's normal. Guys just want to know where they're at. They come in and just test a max. Not interfering. And I'm not talking about elite athletes. It's one thing if you're an elite athlete. That's a little bit different. When you're really strong, all right, that could be a big deal. Intermediate lifters, they could max out anytime they feel like it. They could max out on lifts they haven't even been doing. Back squat, a conventional deadlift, when they're doing other stuff. Doesn't seem to cause a problem. They just keep moving forward. I haven't had it interfere with anybody's training who's just randomly done it. But it's always, hey, coach, don't be mad. Right? It's always, coach, don't be mad. So my lesson here to a lot of you out there, if you are healthy and your training is pretty dialed in, you know you're getting plenty of protein. These are not guys cutting. None of these guys are cutting, by the way. That's a big difference. These guys are cutting. They're either recomping or slow bulking. Diet's on point, getting sufficient food, sufficient rest. It's not going to hurt you to just come in and test maxes. It's really not a big deal. It's not something people should be afraid of. It's not going to bury you. It's not going to cause central nervous system fatigue, which, by the way, maxing out doesn't cause. This has been studied. That's actually a myth. 1 rep maxes actually have very, very low central nervous system fatigue. Right? It's actually one of the things that you do that doesn't really cause it. Running a marathon causes central nervous system fatigue. Curling for 90 minutes straight will cause central nervous system fatigue. Hitting a max squat won't. Doesn't at all. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It really isn't a big deal. My guys just do it randomly without permission, without telling me beforehand, and then film it and send me the video. Because then they want me to see it. If they got a PR, they want me to see it, right? Like, look, coach, don't be mad, but I got a PR. I know I wasn't supposed to max, but I did. But if they got a PR and then they completed their normal workout, they know I'm not mad at them. And I've had as of yet for it to be an issue, the ones who just randomly do it. I'm not advising them to do it. I'm not telling them to do it. If you're one of my clients, I'm not telling you to do it right now, but they do just do it. Because they're young guys and they just want to know how strong they are. It's not an issue. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.